Modern Architecture Studio, you're in. And, Skyline Drafting and Design, you're in. Fantastic. Please don't annoy me about the phone problem. Now, Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are back with Project Highrise, and we've got some problems on hand here. Things are popping up all over the place. I was waiting between episodes for the midnight money dump just so we had some cash in hand when I started this episode, and all of a sudden everybody started complaining about a lack of power and a lack of water and a lack of everything. So we're going to have to start by just dealing with some very, very basic needs like power and water. And thank you to the comments section, particularly Penj at the Geek Cupboard, who's been giving me advice all the way through this, is that we really need to start getting more efficient about our power and other utilities sooner rather than later. I've been relying on these very smallest possible utility areas, utility generators, and over the long haul, they're just going to really end up costing us more over time. So we really need to start being a little more efficient and frugal about this, even though the utilities, areas, generators, I don't know what you want to call them, are stupidly expensive. We do need to buy the bigger ones rather than the smaller ones, because over the long term, it will end up costing us less money. So let's plunk down. I mean, how much are the huge ones? Nothing that we can afford. It's $5,500 to buy the huge electrical connections, transformer area. So let's start with the $2,000 one. That's going to add $50 to our building. It's going to cost us $750 a day, but again, it's going to be a more efficient way of dealing with this issue. So we'll plunk that down here. And then over time, what I'll probably think about doing is, demoing some of the smaller ones in favor of the larger ones. That would seem to be a sensible way of doing that. And somebody was also complaining about no water, so this is going to kill all of our money for the day. All of our money for the day is immediately gone. But let's add another water connection, the medium-sized water, pump, generator, whatever it is that's bringing water to this building. Let's lay that down here. Okay, well, there's all our money gone for the day. That was quick. So that should, if we put time back on, solve many of their problems. They're all really, really frowny-faced, but, I gave you more water and power. What exactly do you want from me? The area is too noisy, and strange smells keep coming from there. Yes, apparently that's because people don't like to be near restaurants. They all want restaurants, they just don't want to live anywhere near them. It's the not-in-my-backyard philosophy. You want the shiny thing, but you don't want to live near it and deal with it. Well, you know what? When we get some more money, I've got a plan for that. Now, a couple of people did move out. We lost a small office here. Looks like we lost, I don't immediately remember what was there. It was a luxury one-bedroom apartment. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, couple of tenants gone. That seems to be it from what I can see right now. Let's pop another, I was going to say pop another small office back in there, but they're only going to start moaning about being near a restaurant while I'm actually looking at this restaurant. Let's renovate this. That's really going to kill our money. Okay, now we actually have no money. It's 1:20 in the morning and we have no money. We have spent all of our daily money. Let's just keep things moving along fairly quickly and try and get to the next midnight money dump. And I'm going to try and solve your issues with the you don't want to be anywhere near it, but you want it kind of thing. We had talked about putting up sort of a small retail area all along this floor here. And I think we do that, and we also combo that with basically a floor of restaurants. So you guys aren't going to be anywhere near it. You're not going to have the bad smells, because none of you can cook for yourselves, even though you have kitchens and things like that, and a grocery store on site. But no, that's fine. You can't cook for yourselves. Why are you still moaning? Too noisy, strange smells. Okay, well, you know what? You were the ones who asked me for all the restaurants, so just quit your whining, please. Let's see what we can do. Nothing, really. We're basically stuck until the next midnight money dump because we just spent all our money on all those utilities. But we did solve their problems. Nobody's complaining about no power or no water, so we did, temporarily solve their problems until they get all whiny about something else again. All right, well, I'll see you guys at 12:01, and we'll start building something else. All right, well, the money came in. Not very much of it, truth be told, but the money came in. Let's see what the best move is going to be. How much is it going to cost me to build out this floor? That's going to cost me that much. All right, and just finish that little block there. Otherwise, that will make me mental. Get started on that, and then let's maybe throw up some more medium offices up here. Let's, can we get 2 of those in there? I think that's how that's going to fit in. Yeah, let's do 1 there and 1 there. You're all going to start moaning about the restaurant that's directly below you, but you know what? Live with it. Deal with it. You're the people who wanted the restaurants in the first place. Take a little bit of money and just pick off a couple of renovations that I can see. That's getting really worn down. And anything else that's just leaping out at me. Oh, this restaurant is a dump. This restaurant is absolutely terrible. Yeah, so renovate that one. All right. Just try and get a couple of those every day just to keep things moving along. Now, up on this top floor here, have I already given you guys power and water? No, didn't give you guys anything at all. No, all right. Let's just do electrical and phone, and then I'll just remember to pretty much not put a dentist's office up here because they need water. So, all right, and a phone line for you. Yeah, you can do that. Perfect. All right, and who could we get to come in here? Creative and technical. You guys seem to pay pretty much good rent, right? As opposed to what, legal? Yeah, you're a little low. How about financial? Oh, can't do financial. Why not? Because I can't afford it. Okay, that's sensible. Sure, absolutely. Let's go back to creative and technical. Apparently I can afford that. So, yeah, this'll... Now, 305, so I'm going to be left with a grand total of $13. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, but at least we'll have a new tenant. Okay, so we'll wait for them to build all of that, wait for that tenant to move in, and then we're just waiting until midnight once again so we can keep this building going. My goodness, this is a paycheck-to-paycheck kind of building. Well, I put the office in. The office went right back out because I didn't have enough phone lines for them, and they moved out too quickly because I couldn't get to the midnight money dump before, that happened. So they're in, they're out. Everybody moves in, everybody moves out. We are just, yes, we've got, just let me tick it along just so we get the midnight money dump here. We'll put those guys back in. Goodness, these guys are fussy. If I were magically in charge of this, it is a little hasty how quickly they move out. Like, you really actually don't even have 24 hours to solve the problem before they're out the door, which is mildly fussy of them. But, all right, it is what it is. Let's put another office back in here. Yay. Yes, medium office, please. And let's just, before we even put anyone in there, let's just go down and, oh, this is just going to take all our money again. This is going to take all of our money again. Let's get a big phone thing. Big switchboard, which actually can't afford. Actually cannot afford that at all. No ability to afford that in any way, shape, or form. So, what am I going to do with you people? What am I going to do with you people? If I put you in there, you're going to whine that you don't have a phone, and then you're going to move out. If I build a small phone thing, well, I've just got to build a small phone thing. That's all there is to it. I've just got to get by so I can keep these people somewhat happy until we can upgrade, because we just don't have enough money day by day to be doing this. So, all right, creative and technical. Modern architecture studio, you're in. And skyline drafting and design, you're in. Fantastic. Please don't annoy me about the phone problem. Now, this floor is done. We could look at some, I'd like to really turn this into basically all retail. That would be maybe a couple of floors of retail here. So let's just start conservatively with one retail place, because we're going to need all the utilities over there. So let's bring them some power and bring them some phone, which I just spent money on that I didn't want to spend. Okay, and who would like to move in there? Shoe stores. Huh. Handbags and briefcases, you say. That's a very specific store. Candy. Candy. However, we saw when we were looking at the apartments, a lot of these apartments want fashion. So let's do handbags and briefcases. Or not, as the case may be, because we can't afford it. Okay, well, once again, we will check back in at 12:01, but before I do that, we do have quite an extraordinarily large amount of buzz right now, so we may as well pick off something. What could we do? Direct marketing. Gas and cable construction costs and daily expenses down 50%. That's pretty good. However, electricity costs down 50%, and water. Yeah, you know what? Give it to me. Give it to me. It'll just help ease things along a little bit for 24 hours. It's not nothing. I mean, down by 50%, that's not nothing at all. Now, are you guys immediately complaining about anything? Well, the elevator's broken, but, you know, somebody will be along to deal with that. The elevator's on fire, but somebody's taking care of that. I'm sure it's going to be fine. In the meantime, are you fussy about anything in your office at all? Renting on you enjoy renting on upper floors. Great. It's noisy and strange smells. Well, you know what? That's because there's a restaurant down below because you people can't feed yourselves. You just no capability of feeding yourselves. All right. Nobody seems to be immediately bent out of shape for right now. So why don't I just renovate an office real quick? And that one next door, could definitely do that too. Okay. Where are we at with prestige? Not prestige, influence. Let's slow it down for a sec, building. Slow it down. Anything we can be doing with this influence? Optimize maintenance. Build an expanded maintenance office that can automate renovations. All maintenance workers work 50% faster. Yes. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that indeed. Now, I wonder if that's just going to keep gutting my money, though. If they're auto-renovating, are they just going to continually be spending my money? Well, let's at least get it in place, so we have the option of doing that. Let's just at least have that accessible to us. Now, is there anything else with $125 that I could be popping down? No, not really. Not really. Boy, we spend money super quickly here. Goodness, this is an expensive, expensive building to keep going. Hey, do I have enough money to throw in one small office down here where we lost somebody? How much are those going for? Can we throw that in? Anyone like an insurance office? Yeah, there we go. Great. Washington Insurance. Just pop your head in there. That'd be great. Just kind of catch some of these small places. There's one here that we could get as well. And I think, apart from this medium one over here, and there's the medium. Okay, you know what? Never mind. A bunch of people moved out. I was going to say we haven't had that many losses, but you know what? A bunch of people have moved out. Tons of people. Could squeeze a small office over here. If anything, just to fill up the space. I'll have a think about that when we get to midnight, which is not that far away, actually. It's 11 o'clock. We'll actually have some money, not much, but some money in the reasonably near future. We can fill up that retail, probably put another retail down, so that's going to tick right now. Thank you, money. Yep. All right, slow it down. Now, retail, we were going to do handbags and briefcases. Wanda and Patsy luggage. Or San Francisco urban leather goods. Ooh, that sounds really, really fancy. That sounds super fancy. I'd want to buy a briefcase from San Francisco urban leather goods. And they pay okay. So sure, absolutely. And let's do another retail right next to that. What does that leave us with? 6 blocks. What could we do with 6 blocks? Not sure. Don't really know that I need to take the elevator up. Because I'm still mentally playing this game like Sim Tower. And Sim Tower was all about how people moved in the building. This, not so much. They seem to be okay with just having one elevator shaft for the entire building. No stairs, no nothing. So might just try and mentally break myself of that and just not put the elevator up anymore. All right, who would like to move in here? How about one of the shoe stores? Vintage Shoe Source, Marino's Footwear, or Modern Shoe Store? Well, we are attracting a lot of hipsters, so let's go with Modern Shoe Store. No, wait a minute. Hipsters, hang on. They're going to want Vintage Shoe Source. Yes, Vintage Shoe Source for the hipsters. Okay. Now, small things we could be picking off. Any immediate renovations that need to be done that I can C, oh yeah, a couple down here are really bad. Really, really bad. So yeah, get on those guys if you could, please. And then this small space here, let's pop another office back in here. Oh, just a little bit too big. Okay, didn't plan that well. All right, I'll have a think about that. We can definitely get another medium office in here, though. That's good. And who wants to live in here? How about financial? Yeah, Main Street Core. There you go. There's a completely generic company. Main Street Corporation. You guys are in. And then do we want to put the apartment back here? We had an apartment there. Didn't last too long. Oh, we're up to large 2 bedrooms. Wow, that is... that one doesn't work. How about the 1 bedroom? There we go. That's what was fitting in there. All right. You're probably not going to love it here because you're above and below a restaurant, but, you know, see what happens. See what happens. How about deluxe? Yeah, sure. Sure. And in terms of utilities, I brought all the major utilities. They have electricity, they have phone, they have cable TV, they have water, and they have gas. Okay, that should satisfy all of their needs because that's all I got left for needs. All right, a little bit of money left over. Let's just pick a couple of renovations off. I will definitely investigate the auto renovations, but not right now. I'd like to do that when I'm a little more confident that we're not living paycheck to paycheck in this building. All right, let's move things along a little bit. My goodness, we made it to 3 o'clock in the morning and we still have a little bit of money left over. That's super. Could we get another, maybe a small retail in here? Oh, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. I could if I extended this entire building up 1 floor. I did kind of like the way it was just sort of stepping over like this. So maybe we can get a service in there. That's not a bad idea. Like, oh, okay. What are you complaining about? You have an electrical line, don't you? Oh, wait, whoa. Yeah, slow it down. You actually probably don't have an electrical line. That was the floor below. Yeah, no, sorry. I didn't quite get the electrical all the way over to you, did I? And you're probably going to want something fussy like a phone line, too. Because, you know, what, you being a retail store, I don't think you should need anything else. I can't imagine why you'd need water and gas for a shoe store, but... oh, and unlike some other stores, they're actually selling what they're supposed to sell. So the shoe store is indeed stocked with shoes, and the handbag and luggage store is indeed stocked with handbags and luggage, unlike Maximum T-shirts, which largely seems to sell novelty dice. I mean, really, Maximum T-shirts, there's only 1 rack of T-shirts. There are no other T-shirts in this store. Large novelty dice, large novelty playing cards for some inexplicable reason, teddy bears, magazines, 4 T-shirts. Maximum T-shirts is 4 T-shirts. And by the way, you guys need to renovate that place, so get on that, please. All right, now what can we do? What other mischief can we get into? We're running a little shy on the money now. Little shy on the money. Why do you still have a frowny face? Strange smells. Yeah, live with it. Live with it. You're above and below a restaurant, and you guys freak out if you can't get any food. So, you know what? Deal with the strange smells. That's all I got to say to you. I think I will just take this out 1 more block here, just for the sole reason that I can fit a small retail in there. And that will also stop me from continually raising this elevator that seems to be broadly unnecessary. Again, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Sim Tower was all about elevators. Well, that's because it was basically based on an engineer's elevator simulator, so you could figure out how to make elevators work in buildings, and then turned it into an awesome game. This is not. These people, again, don't care how far they've got to walk to get to an elevator, but that's done. So why don't we throw in that small retail, which will now fit very nicely in there, and let's make sure we get them the phone and the electrical over there. Poke that in there, and poke that in there. Okay, good. And who wants to come live here? Food and beverage, portable electronics, books, news, anything we're sorely lacking. We don't have a wine and spirits store. So yeah, seeing as this certainly seems to be the hipster level, we've got, you know, South or San Francisco urban luggage and a shoe store, a vintage shoe store. This is definitely the hipster zone. Why don't you want to move in? Oh, because I can't afford for you to move in. Okay, that's fine. We can do that tomorrow. We can do that tomorrow. Yeah, this is the hipster floor, apparently, and a diner. That's very hipster as well. I imagine everyone who works in this office has sort of a whole hipster facial hair, ponytail, beard, ragged clothing, which is worn ironically. Yeah. What floor is this? Just so I know what floor to stay away from in the future. Okay. Yeah, floor 9 is hipster zone. Got it. Okay, the money's in for the day. Let's get somebody living up in here. So small retail on the hipster floor. Oh, because I already occupied it. We just got to put people in there. Yep, the hipster floor can have a wine and spirits store where I'm sure they'll sell only craft beer. That will be the only thing microbrewery is. In fact, is there a microbrewery? Riverdale Beer and Wine. That sounds really like a microbrewery. Brewery. Yes. So yeah, absolutely. Move right in. Cool. And let's take a big chunk of money and put down something efficient here. Let's be smart with our utilities. So is there anything we're sorely lacking in? We don't have a lot of gas, but we haven't been asked for a lot of gas. Phone and power are usually the first things to go. So let's, we just did a big power one. Wouldn't kill us to have a phone one. Yeah, we're a little lacking in phones, and pretty much everyone needs a phone. Let's take, a chunk of money here and be efficient and actually put down the medium phone switchboard. That'll ease things up for the next few game days or something, so people will not be panicking about having a phone. All right. That, I think I've got a basic plan for the next few moves here. I think we're going to call it here, pick it up again in the next episode. I want to continue the retail section here, and I want to get aggressively expanding this area here with more offices. Because we do actually have a project going on. We're supposed to be attracting more office workers. We've got 57 out of 150. So I think continue the retail and then aggressively start expanding up with offices and see where we get with that. But we'll pick that up again in the next episode. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.